Welcome to Who Died Today America, your trusted source for honoring those who have bid us farewell. On this 25th of July, we're not just delivering news, but saluting extraordinary lives that have touched ours. Today, we acknowledge recent passings while paying special tribute to notable figures we've lost. Each left an indelible mark on our society and inspired countless others. Join us as we remember their remarkable contributions, reflect on their impact, and celebrate the legacies they've woven into the fabric of our nation. In Who Died Today America, their stories live on. Stay with us as we pay homage to these remarkable lives and their enduring influences. Number 12, Pamela Blair, an accomplished American actress, singer, and dancer renowned for originating the role of Val in the iconic musical A Chorus Line, has passed away at the age of 73 on July 23rd. Born on December 5, 1949, in Bennington, Vermont, Blair nurtured her dream of becoming a Radio City Rockette from a young age, which led her to move to New York City at 16. Blair's theatrical career took off with her roles in Michael Bennett's productions, most notably as Val in A Chorus Line. The character, a blend of angelic appearance and audacious dialogue, was based on Blair's real-life persona, helping her claim the 1976 Theatre World Award for Ensemble Performance. Following this, she gained critical acclaim for her performance in The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, earning her a Drama Desk Award nomination. Beyond Broadway, Blair made a name for herself in American television, making appearances in soap operas like Loving, Another World, Ryan's Hope, and All My Children, which brought her a Daytime Emmy nomination. She also played a recurring role in Sabrina the Teenage Witch and featured in TV films and feature films including Mighty Aphrodite, 21 Grams, Before and After, and Annie. Blair was married to actor and film director Don Scardino from 1984 to 1991. She spent her later years in Arizona, where she owned a therapeutic massage studio for athletes. Her death leaves a significant void in the American performing arts landscape, but her contributions to Broadway and television will ensure her legacy endures. Number 11. George Alajaya, one of the UK's most respected journalists and television presenters, has passed away at the age of 67 due to colorectal cancer on July 24th. Born in Colombo on November 22, 1955, Alajaya migrated to the UK, where he pursued a degree in politics at Van Mildert College, Durham University. His illustrious career began in the 1980s with South Magazine, and he later joined the BBC in 1989. Alajaya's groundbreaking reportage from conflict zones and his profound understanding of Africa and the developing world established him as a leading foreign correspondent. He reported on events including the genocide in Rwanda, the civil wars in Afghanistan, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Somalia, and interviewed notable figures like Nelson Mandela, Kofi Annan, and Robert Mugabe. Between 2007 and 2022, Alajaya was the presenter of the BBC News at 6, and from 2010 to 2014, he served as the main presenter of GMT on BBC World News. His exceptional service to journalism was recognized when he was appointed Officer of the Order of the British Empire in the 2008 New Year Honours. Alajaya was also a patron of various charities and even ventured into literature, with his debut novel, The Burning Land, being shortlisted for a Society of Authors Award in 2020. He is survived by his wife Frances Robothan and their 2 children, leaving behind an indelible legacy in journalism. Number 10. Paul Frank Hintz, an English footballer renowned for his contribution to the Football League and his time with Manchester City, passed away at the age of 78 on July 22nd. Born on March 2, 1945, Hintz initially pursued journalism with the Ashton News before transitioning to football. Hintz started his football career at Old Trafford, but found most of his success at Manchester City. His contribution to the team during the Mercer-Allison partnership in the 1967-68 season was instrumental in securing the Division 1 championship for the side. Although the regulations at the time did not qualify him for a winner's medal, Hintz was retrospectively awarded one in 2021, acknowledging his critical role. Upon retiring from his football career, Hintz returned to journalism, taking up a position at the Manchester Evening News as the City correspondent. He frequently referred to City as God's own club, a testament to his enduring fondness for the team. Eventually, Hintz rose to the position of chief sports writer and England correspondent, influencing sports journalism, with his unique insights derived from his experiences on and off the field. In his later years, Hintz lived with dementia, but contrary to rumors of living in a care home, was lovingly cared for by his wife and stepson at home until his passing. His death represents a significant loss for both the world of football and sports journalism, but his legacy will continue to inspire future generations. Number 9. Miller Farr, the esteemed American football player who graced the fields of the American Football League and National Football League as a cornerback for 10 seasons, sadly passed away at the age of 80 on July 18th. An athlete of considerable prowess, Farr hailed from Wichita State University, where he excelled in football and track, leading the nation in kickoff and punt returns in his senior year. In 1965, Farr was selected as a first-round draft choice by the Denver Broncos before moving on to the San Diego Chargers, and then serving as a defensive back for the Houston Oilers from 1967 to 1969. Farr's impressive career was highlighted by his remarkable resilience during a bout with hepatitis, where he managed to intercept 2 passes for touchdowns in a single game in 1968, leading the AFL in interception touchdowns that year and earning all AFL and All-Pro accolades. Farr continued his career with the St. Louis Cardinals following the AFL-NFL merger and finished his playing days with the Florida Blazers in 1974. As a 3-time AFL All-Star, he set the record for the most touchdowns on pass interceptions in a game and tied the AFL record for a season. These achievements cemented his position in the all-time All-AFL second team. The Farr family's strong football legacy is testament to Miller's contributions. His younger brother Mel Farr, nephews Mel Farr Jr. and Mike Farr, all had successful NFL careers. Miller and his brother, recipients of the keys to the city of Beaumont, Texas, in 1971, will always be remembered as notable figures in professional football. Number 8, Brad Hauser, renowned bass player and co-founder of the band Edie Brickell and New Bohemians, has passed away at the age of 62 on July 24th. Known for his unique musical style and impactful contributions to the world of music, Hauser's passing has left a deep void in the industry. He was integral to the success of New Bohemians, which gained widespread acclaim following their 1988 hit, What I Am. Hauser's contributions to the band were not just limited to bass playing, but extended to the formation of other bands like Critters Buggin' and Dead Kenny G's. Hauser leaves behind a rich legacy of music, having played bass on 5 albums with the New Bohemians and several records with his other bands. He also resided in Austin with his wife Kirilola Onokoro, with whom he released music under the name Diamond Boom. His contributions to music extended beyond playing and recording. Hauser wrote about music and the bass for Best Musician magazine and collaborated with Reverend Guitars to create a pair of bass guitars, including one named Bass Hauser. He also worked as an instructor at the New School of Music in Austin, which focuses on jazz instruction and provides free classes to those who could not afford to pay for lessons. Hauser's passing has sparked a series of heartwarming remembrances, including a touching anecdote from fellow band member Edie Brickell. Brickell recalls their final jam session together, a playful song about Hauser that now serves as a poignant farewell. Hauser's life was marked by a profound love of music and a deep sense of connection with others. His absence will undoubtedly be felt by the many people whose lives he touched with his music and his spirit. Number 7, Robert McFarland, the influential Australian photographer and critic, has sadly passed away on July 19th at the age of 81. Born in Adelaide in 1942, his love for photography was ignited when he received a Kodak box brownie at age 9. His talent began to unfold in high school when he captured a poignant image of a teacher striking a pupil. His career kicked off as a photojournalist, where he notably photographed esteemed personalities such as Professor John Bishop, Patrick White, Sir Robert Helpman, John Bell, and Sidney Nolan. He made significant contributions while working for the Bulletin and Australian Vogue, and later freelanced for notable publications in London. McFarland specialized in social issues and performance, creating a profound body of work that included portraits of notable figures like Bob Hawke, Gough Whitlam, and Ahmet Ertegun, to name a few. His involvement in the After 200 Years project, a significant photographic endeavor in Australia's history, amplified his status as a visionary in his field. In 2017, McFarland received the prestigious Jim Bettison and Helen James Award. His photographic legacy endures in permanent collections in renowned institutions like the National Portrait Gallery, the National Gallery of Australia, and the Art Gallery of New South Wales. McFarland's idea of the received moment has made a significant impact in the photography world, reflecting a gentle, contemplative approach to capturing life through the lens. His passing marks the end of an era in Australian photographic history. Number 6. Leni Andrade, an esteemed Brazilian artist and a beacon in the world of samba, jazz, and bolero, passed away at the age of 80 on July 24th. She succumbed to pneumonia, an inflammatory bronchopathy, at Hospital de Clínicas de Jacarepaguá in Rio de Janeiro, where she had been admitted. Born in Rio, Andrade had been a resident at the Retiro dos Artistas since late 2018. Andrade's illustrious career includes an impressive discography of 34 albums spanning from 1961 to 2018. Her debut album, Asensacao, in 1961, and Estamos Ahí, released in 1965, remain particularly memorable. Throughout her career, she was a proud voice of Brazilian compositions, both within the country and abroad. Andrade also had a close friendship with the American singer Tony Bennett, who even sketched a portrait of her. She was a celebrated interpreter of composers such as Antonio Carlos Jobim, Javan, Ivan Lins, and Roberto Menescal, among others, reflecting the brilliance of Brazilian music. In 2007, her contributions to music were recognized with a Latin Grammy Award, which she won alongside Cesar Camargo Mariano. She also spent time living in Mexico, the United States, and several European countries, but her heart always belonged to Rio. The New York Times once fittingly described her as a blend of Sarah Vaughan and Ella Fitzgerald of Bossa Nova. Andrade's death is a significant loss to the music world, yet her legacy continues to inspire. Number 5. Isabel Choco, the Polish-French chess champion and a survivor of the Holocaust, passed away at the age of 94 on July 21st. Born on September 18, 1928 in Lodz, Poland, Choco's life story is one of remarkable strength and resilience. Her family was forced into the Lodz ghetto in 1940, with her father succumbing to hunger and deprivation 2 years later. In the summer of 1944, Choco and her mother were transferred to Auschwitz and later Bergen-Belsen, where her mother died. A liberating American doctor saved a severely weakened Choco, who weighed just 25 kilograms at the time. After regaining her health in Sweden, Choco moved to Paris in 1946, where she met her husband Arthur, with whom she had 3 children. It was in France that she honed her chess skills, winning the French Women's Chess Championship in 1956 and representing France in the first Women's Chess Olympiad in 1957. Choco used her voice to testify about the horrors of the Holocaust, publishing her autobiography, Mes de Vie, and becoming one of the 52,000 survivors filmed by the Shoah Foundation. Decorated with France's Legion of Honor, Choco's legacy of resilience, talent, and remembrance will be remembered by generations to come. Number 4. Ernesto Mastrangelo, famed Argentine footballer, passed away on July 22nd at the age of 75 from idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. Born on July 5, 1948, Mastrangelo, also known as Heber, had an illustrious football career playing as a striker for both River Plate and Boca Juniors, two of Argentina's premier football clubs. Mastrangelo kicked off his career in 1968 with Atlanta before joining River Plate in 1972. He moved to Union de Santa Fe in 1975, only to sign with River Plate's fierce rivals Boca Juniors in early 1976. Mastrangelo distinguished himself during his tenure at Boca, scoring 56 goals in 134 games in all competitions. His significant contributions helped the club win 3 league titles and 2 consecutive Copa Libertadores championships. His prowess on the field was acknowledged when he was twice named Boca's top-scoring player in 1977 and 1979. Mastrangelo retired in 1981 after Boca Juniors clinched the Metropolitano Championship. Post-retirement, he continued his association with football, working as a youth coach with clubs like Boca Juniors, Chacarita Juniors, and the Paraguay Under-20 international team. His departure leaves a significant void in the world of Argentine football. Now it's time to remember the legends who passed away in the past years. Number 3, Paul Sorvino, acclaimed American actor, passed away at the age of 83 due to natural causes on July 25, 2022. Known for his adept portrayal of authoritative figures on both sides of the law, Sorvino's career was diverse and expansive, most recognized for his roles as Paulie Cicero in Martin Scorsese's iconic film, Goodfellas, and as NYPD Sergeant Phil Gareta in the TV series Law and Order. Sorvino's performances spanned the spectrum of fatherly figures, authority figures, and even comedic characters. He also garnered fame through supporting roles in films like A Touch of Class, The Rocketeer, and The Cooler. Sorvino's talent was recognized with a Tony Award nomination for Best Actor for the 1972 play That Championship Season. The legacy of his talent lives on through his children, actors Mira Sorvino and Michael Sorvino. Born in Brooklyn, New York, Sorvino kick-started his career as a copywriter before delving into acting. He dedicated a significant portion of his life to voice lessons, further cementing his presence in the world of theater and film. Beyond his contribution to the arts, Sorvino was deeply committed to philanthropic work, particularly through the Paul Sorvino Asthma Foundation. His personal life was as vibrant and dynamic as his professional one, marked by his passion for sculpting, cooking, and championing causes close to his heart. His final film, The Ride, was released posthumously, marking the end of a career that spanned more than 6 decades. Paul Sorvino's influence on the cinematic and theatrical world leaves a lasting legacy that will be remembered and cherished by fans, colleagues, and future generations. Number 2, Peter Green, a significant figure in the music world and the founder of the rock band Fleetwood Mac, has passed away at the age of 73 on July 25, 2020. Green was instrumental in the formation and initial success of Fleetwood Mac. He wrote most of the group's early songs, leaving a strong imprint on the band's style with his influential blues guitar playing. His musical style, often dark and introspective, was marked by his ability to create powerful, expressive melodies. Green led Fleetwood Mac from 1967 to 1970 before leaving the group prior to its global success in the late 70s. His tenure included a #1 single in 1968 with the instrumental Albatross. He also wrote the popular song Black Magic Woman, which became a hit for Santana in the US. His life, marked by an intense creative period with Fleetwood Mac, was also characterized by personal struggles. After leaving the band, Green's mental health deteriorated due to his use of LSD and mescaline, resulting in his diagnosis with schizophrenia in the 70s. Despite these struggles, he managed to produce a solo album, The End of the Game, in 1970, and made occasional contributions to the music scene in the following decades. Green briefly rejoined Fleetwood Mac in 1971 after Jeremy Spencer left the band abruptly to join a religious cult. However, he soon withdrew from performing completely. He later had a resurgence in the music scene with the formation of the Peter Green Splinter Group in 1996, which released 8 albums before disbanding in 2004. Green was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a member of Fleetwood Mac in 1998. His influential career was celebrated in a tribute concert at the London Palladium, organized by Mick Fleetwood in February 2020, which was attended by several of Green's admirers, including Pete Townsend, Billy Gibbons, Steven Tyler, David Gilmour, Bill Wyman, and Noel Gallagher. Number 1. Bob Moses, renowned civil rights activist and education reformer, passed away on July 25, 2021, at the age of 86. Born in Harlem, Moses became a pivotal figure in the civil rights movement. He led the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee on Voter Education and Registration in Mississippi and co-founded the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party. A graduate of Hamilton College and Harvard University, Moses dedicated the 1960s to civil rights and anti-war movements. His relentless passion for justice and education led him to Tanzania in the late 60s, where he worked with the Ministry of Education. Upon his return to the U.S., Moses was awarded a MacArthur Fellowship in 1982, which he used to create the Algebra Project. This groundbreaking math literacy program has since improved algebra skills and college readiness for countless minority students through broad-based community organizing and collaboration. Moses, however, was not just a visionary, he was a committed family man. Along with his wife Janet, they raised 4 children, and his lifelong commitment to education was deeply personal. Known for his calm demeanor and grassroots approach to leadership, Moses left an indelible mark on American society. He was instrumental in changing the course of history and opened doors for future generations to step into their power. His legacy is a testament to the power of resilience, intellect, and community activism. His commitment to civil rights and quality education remain as vital today as during his lifetime. You can continue watching these videos about recent celebrity deaths in June on your screen. To keep yourself updated, you can turn on notifications.